The fifth problem of this first ACT practice test focuses on using function notation. If f of x is equal to the quantity 3x plus 7 squared, then what is f of 1 equal to? So let's first look at a much simpler example. Let's say that f of x is equal to 2x minus 1. Now, if I wanted to find f of 2, what I essentially have to do is look back at this original function, and essentially anywhere I see an x, it's being replaced by this number 2. So when I replace this value x with whatever number is in here inside these parentheses, I'll always want to be safe and put it in parentheses as well. So I have that 2 times x, but x is now 2, so I'll put that 2 in parentheses. So we have 2 times 2 here, and then minus 1. And if I evaluate this, 2 times 2 is 4, minus 1 would give us 3. So with this function, f of 2 is equal to 3. And let's try one more example, but this time with negative 3. Now again, I'm just replacing this x here with the value negative 3. So we have that 2 times x, but x is now this negative 3, which I will put in parentheses just to make sure that I don't make any mistakes with negative numbers. And then minus 1. So now I have 2 times negative 3, which is negative 6 minus 1. So when I evaluate f of minus 3, what I get is minus 7. Now, going back to our original problem, we know that f of x is equal to the quantity 3x plus 7 in parentheses and then squared. So now we want to find what f of 1 is. So anywhere in this original function that I see an x, I'm just going to replace it with the value 1. So let's do that. We'll plug in 1 for this value x. So we have 3 times 1, which I'll put in parentheses, plus 7, and then I square it. And I want to make a note that I do put this in parentheses, though in this particular case it doesn't make a difference. The parentheses are just important when later you have to deal with negative numbers, and it'll keep your signs in order so that you don't end up with a negative where you should have a positive, or vice versa. So now we just have to evaluate. So f of 1 equals, in parentheses, so we have 3 times 1, which is 3, plus 7. So that evaluates to 10, and then we have to square it. And 10 squared is just 10 times 10, which is 100. So f of 1 is equal to 100, which is this choice here, letter E.